Hello there, it's MkII from your favorite band, Awake Again here. And today we have a very special video for you guys. And it's basically gonna be unboxing our latest single, Enmity. And we're gonna dig deep into the production of the song because we recorded everything by ourselves. So we have all the raw tracks and everything. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. All right, here we have my project open and my DAW of choice is Cubase. Long live Cubase. Best digital audio workstation ever made. Yeah, and then we have nice little folders with their own little subfolders, which we have the raw tracks, drums, bass, guitar, synth, and the vocals. And then we have stems, which is the stereo mixes that Jacob Hansen was so kind to send us. And these are basically, yeah, stereo mixes of each instrument, or there's a bit of guitar tracks and few vocal tracks. So we can listen to the raw tracks and we can, after that, listen to the stereo tracks. And then I have a reference mix, which is a mix that I made from the raw tracks so that the mixing engineer can get like a little idea how the band wants the song to sound, and then he can kind of like reference that mix. And then we have the master, which you guys have, of course, or can listen to from Spotify or YouTube. But yeah, let's start. And yeah, a few words about production. Like I said in the intro, we recorded everything ourselves in Casper's basement. We got some production help from Finnish producer Jonas Olsson, and with him we kind of like figured out the song structure, tweaked a little drum fills and guitar riffs here and there, took a small part out of the chorus and made it a bit tighter. But basically everything I'm gonna show you here is recorded at Casper's basement. Yeah, so let's start from the drums. Newsflash, these are not real live drums. We record everything with an electric drum kit. Basically for many reasons, but the biggest, we don't have the money to, you know, rent a real studio and spend there a couple of days or a day recording drums. So this is a way for us to kind of like financially survive the recordings. So we record electric drum kits. Marcus actually plays the drums, so we get the like real feeling of the drumming and the velocity of the hits, so it doesn't sound like a machine, which could perhaps happen if you like programmed drums. So they, from the electric drum kits, they're recorded as MIDI, and then we use GetGood drum samples to make the drums sound, which we send together with the MIDI file to Jacob, and he does his thing, and the end result is magnificent. But yeah, let's listen to the drums for a bit. So like I said, these are GetGood drum samples, and I think the sample pack is modern and massive. Yeah. Very solid sounding kick drum. Here's a sub kick. I don't know if you can hear that. I can with mine. Yeah. Very subby. I don't know if that is a word. But yeah. Pretty good sounding samples. Then we have the snare top mic. Sounds like a snare top, as it should. And then the bottom mic, and then the guitar. As you can hear, there's like actual bleed in there, which of course adds to the like authentic feeling of the drumming. So you can use that in a mix also. Then we have the tom drums. Let's put them all on. Listen to short. Ba-bum. Sounds like a tom drum. And the floor tom. Yeah, solid sounding samples. And as you can see, there isn't any bleed in these, because usually you try to get rid of the bleed, so we don't have to leave that to the mixing engineer, so you can just use the tone sound. And then we have the overhead mics. There's the SDC, which is a mic type. Usually we have LDC and SDC, but for some reason, which I can't remember, we only used this one. Usually we send both of them to Jacob. Yeah, sounds like an overhead mic. Maybe the snare is a bit quiet on that one, but that's what we got. Then we have a hi-hat. I don't know if that maybe sound a bit unrealistic. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, this is another part which like is a bit unreal, that you have so clean cymbal samples with no snare or bass drum in them, and not the other cymbals. But yeah, that's how we roll. Crash 1, crash 2. Sounds really good. And that's China. Sounds excellent. And then we have the room mics. Titled Room Close. Sounds really good. Then we have around Room 4. Snare sounds really good on that one. And then we have the mono. Yeah, let's listen to them all. And as you can see, I haven't done anything to the faders. They're all at 0. So this might sound terrible. What do you know? Sounds pretty good on their own without doing anything. So yeah, big recommendation to GetGood drums. They sound really good, and doesn't cost that much. Yeah, let's listen to the actual final mix of the drums. Yeah, the snare sounds amazing. I really love the ring in there. But yeah, very good job, Jacob, with this. All right, let's move on then. Then we have the bass track. It's a DI, as you might see here. So it was recorded through Apollo Twin interface, which has really good clean sound. Yeah, sounds nice. That's Billy uses Yamaha Attitude Ltd to Billy Sheehan Return of the Jedi Revenge Willy Logola signature bass or something like that. Yeah, that was bass. Let's listen to the final mix of the bass. Here we have it. Yeah, there's some chorus effect or something there. Doesn't might sound a bit weird on its own, but it sounds really, really good on the mix. All right, let's move on. We have guitars here. 10 tracks of guitars. We have the guitar main dist, that is short for distortion. What do you know? And these are also just DI tracks. Oh, I had it. Same thing with this, recorded to the Apollo interface, and then Jacob preamps them in the studio, and I don't know what amplifiers did he use on this song, but somebody asked this, so by the time this video gets out, I will put the guitar gear that was used right there when I have the information. But yeah, let's put on some distortion there so you can hear how it might sound. Yeah. Good sounding guitar. Casper uses ESP LTD EC-1000. Maybe it was that Evertune. I will put all the gear that was used in the description below, because I can't maybe remember all of them. Yeah, that's the main guitar of the song, so it handles the main riff and the chorus and all the rhythm parts. Then we have guitar layer dist, which is also what do you know, short for distortion. So that is like to create a second guitar to the main riff, which tone is like more or less dark and heavier, to create like this huge quad track guitar feeling. Together with this, massive. Yeah. So yeah, that was basically just to get like the main riff as heavy as possible, to create like a, yeah. All right, let's move on. Then there's the verse guitar. Let's listen to that. That's also all the guitars you can see here. They're DI signals. Genius. Doesn't sound that much without any effects on them. But yeah, there's gonna be a ton of delay there, so we can listen to the final mix in a moment. Let's see here. We have the guitar chords clean, which are in the chorus. Sounds like this. They are there to create, like, add some width to the chorus and kind of like mark the chord changes in the chorus. Yeah. And then we have guitar sweep clean, which was before the last chorus. But I think that wasn't used in the final mix. Not everything is meant to be used. Yeah. Was a cool idea. Didn't make it through the final mix. And then we have the guitar slides. I think that is a USB cable drawn across the strings. I will put a video here if I can find it. But yeah, that's to create like, that's not very audible in the final mix, but that's to create like this tension feeling, that slowly this creepy rising going on, feeling in the verses. And I think it serves its purpose. Nasty sounding. And then there's the bridge part. That was made by me in the pre-production with, I used like some amp sim just to get some distortion on that, and then I used like the best plugin in the world, little older boy, to pitch shifted the tail here so it rises. So I think it was just like to try something weird, and it became pretty cool. Oh yes. Yeah, that was the guitars. Let's listen to the final mix with them. Then there's the master. There's the main guitar. Sounds really, really awesome. And then there's the verse. Yeah, the delay effect kind of makes the thing there. Let's listen to this again. Sounds really good. Nice, 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 nice. And here's the layer. Let's see what Jacob did with them. Yeah, really low gain there, but it creates... I actually thought the opposite. In my reference mix, I put on a lot of like gain there, and kind of almost like this fuzz guitar, but it works perfectly this way. Yeah, cool. Let's listen to the clean chorus guitars. Not so clean anymore. Sounds awesome. Yeah, and then we have the guitar slides. It's even dirtier. I love it. And a cool stereo effect going there. Nice. Yeah, let's listen to the guitar, bass, and drums final mix together. Yeah, sounds awesome. Sounds really, really good. Yeah, let's move on to the synth part. And here's everything like the post-production stuff and everything. Here's the intro synth. Just like the main riff, and then there's the same thing higher, I believe. Yep, and then there's the drums. And they are like on purpose like this fake sounding drums. And here's the bounce, which I made as a reference for Jacob to get an idea how we thought the intro would be. That sounds so familiar, I think. Was that in the final mix? It's the exact same thing. What do you know? Cool. So, yeah. And then we have, this is voc chop, as in vocal chop. And there's the obey. That's just me basically saying obey with my normal speaking voice. And then we pitch shifted it with the best plugin in the world, Little Alder Boy. Not a paid endorsement at all, but it could be. Yeah. And then there's the main synth riff, which is the same thing. And that comes later on the song. And then there's the ending synth layer. Let's listen to that. Nasty sounding synth. Yeah, then we have piano low. I love it. This is really such a simple thing going on there, but I think it makes a huge difference in the song because it creates this like Western film soundtrack theme. Like I just started watching the Mandalorian TV show, and it has kind of like similar vibe in the soundtrack, and the show itself is like has this old spaghetti Western Clint Eastwood feeling. So I think this single simple thing in the verses and in the choruses creates a whole lot more than the actual thing itself, which is very simple. And here's the chorus. Yeah, I love it. I think that itself makes the song so much better. And then there's high. Yeah, that's just like basically reinforcing the main melody in the chorus. And then we have choir high. Yeah, same thing here. It creates a whole lot of atmosphere to the song, so it wouldn't be the same without. And here we have low choir. Sounds really nice. Most of these synth sounds and samples you hear, they're from Logic, from the DAW. And Casper also has an Omnisphere sample pack, or synthesizer, virtual instrument. What is that? I don't know. Omnisphere. Some of them are those, but I think the piano and these choirs are from Logic. Yeah, let's move on. Choir layer. Yeah, that's just there when the chorus there comes a new part in the chorus that's just there to like, well, to create another layer. What do you know? All right, then we have the synth melody. Yeah, that's just basically the same thing with the piano. But that brings just like another layer and another mood to that, especially in the beginning. Yeah. Then we have another vocal chop, as in vocal sample. No. Yes. All right, let's listen to that. Yeah, I have no clue if those are words that he's saying. That's something that sounded nice and we wanted to keep it there. I think that is also from Logic sample library. We also tried recording our own gibberish there. We recorded the Finnish word pussihousut, which means like this baggy trousers, because we thought the riff sounded like this early 2000s new metal riff, and the bands that played that kind of music wear these baggy jeans. So that's why we chose the word pussihousut, and then we reversed the words when it sounded like tusuohissu. Yeah, tusuohissu. And then we added some distortion and make it sound like similar to this, but it didn't work. So we went with this one. Yeah. Then we have another vocal chop, and it's titled Radio. Yeah, that's just to create this atmosphere of like, I don't know, violence feeling to the bridge rise. And speaking of rise, we have risers here. Let's listen to that. Yeah, that's just like is the transition from another part to second, very commonly used in our song. And then we have the beat. Yeah, that's just, we aim for this like heartbeat sounding thing in the verse, and it's only in the first verse. Yeah, let's listen to the final mix of the keys and synth stuff. There's keys master, and here was the intro. Obey. Yeah, sounds really good. Oh man, I love that piano. Sounds really good. Sounds really nice. And then we have the effects, like here's the beats and the risers and the other bombs that Jacob added. Sounds awesome. And then we have Perk Master. I don't know. Perk might be short for percussion. Let's listen to those. Cool, cool. So this is something that Jacob added. We didn't send him that, but it sounds really good. Sounds really cool. And this adds more to the Western feel. Yeah, awesome. So let's listen to the instrumental mix with everything on it. Sounds awesome. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Let's move on to the vocals. There is a lot of them. We have 45 tracks of vocals. All right. Let's start from the top. We have vocals, clean, verse, lead. Nice short name.
Be my eyes until I feel it again. Through your pretty lies, I reveal my pain.
What a lovely, lovely voice.
That's a lovely, lovely voice.
I wonder who the singer is. And there's a vocal, clean, verse, double.
And in your name I will burn their land.
And here's the second verse.
I'm your eyes and I will lead you to be. Walk my path and I'll fill your endless needs. In my name you shall make them.
Yes. Nice, clean vocals there. And then we have vocals, chorus, lead, and double and triple.
The ashes of my world rains down on me.
Yeah.
The ashes of my world rains down on me. Rains down
Let's listen to all of them.
On me like a burning sin. The burden of my past is upon me, tears me from within.
And then we have more chorus here because these two kind of like overlap each other.
I need to bind it, hide it, deny it, and bury all my sin.
The idea behind this that there's like 3 vocals in the chorus, it's what I usually do is put them up.
The ashes of my world rains down on me like a burning sin.
So when the chorus kicks in, the vocals are a bit more wider, but you still have this one center vocal, so it doesn't sound like there's 3 people singing.
Bind it, hide it, deny it, and bury all my...
Creates more is more. Something like that. All right. Let's move on. Here we have vocals, verse, whisper.
Feel it again. Reveal my pain.
That's some good ASMR stuff right there.
When me walk my path and I'll feel your...
Let's listen to those with the verse.
Your endless needs, in my name you shall make them!
Yeah, those are there just to add more to that tension feeling that the verses have and a bit of mystery, yes. Then we have vocals, chorus, harmony, high, and its mate, double.
The ashes of my world rains down on me like a burning sea.
That is beautiful. Very beautiful, yes. Let's listen to that.
The ashes of my world rains down on me like a burning sea.
Yeah, weird harmony, but it works. Then we have vocal, chorus, harmony, low, and its mate, double. Let's listen to those. I'm gonna pan those.
The ashes of my world rains down on me.
That's the same bearded fellow singing there. And then all the together. I think that was just an octave lower.
Ashes of my world rains down on me like a burning sin.
Cool, cool. And I think this is the same thing with these vocals.
United and bury all my sin. Find it, hide it, deny it, and bury all my sin.
Yeah. Let's move on. And we have vocal chorus layer 2. Oh, sorry. This is a vocal chorus layer. It's not an octave lower.
Find it, hide it, deny it.
Yeah, just to like emphasize that one part in the chorus and create more width and like it says, another layer. And then we have more layers here. Let's listen to those.
Ashes of my world.
Oh my God, they're torturing him.
Rains down on me like a burning sea.
That guy is suffering. Put him out of his misery. Yeah. For some reason, we thought that would sound cool. I don't know if it never got to the final mix. Let's listen to that. There.
Ashes of my world rains down on me like a burning sea.
Yeah, it blends in there. It blends. Cool, cool. I think that was most of the clean vocals there. And let's move on to the growling and screaming and growling and screaming. Yeah, vocals growl lead.
Back to my source by the night. While my time won't set us free. Twice to fly your killing spree. While my time won't set us free.
Yeah, some angry fellow there.
Back to my source by the night. While my time won't set us free. Twice to fly. Make the monstrous by the night. While the day will set us free. Twice to fly your killing spree. While the day will set us free. What a wind above the weak lies about infinity. One behind our common cause. Next us right humanity.
Yeah. So angry vocals there. Then we have vocals growl overdub. Let's put that on the repeat. All right. Blech. Why is everybody so angry? Why is he so angry? And we saw it necessary to double that. I wonder what would happen if we did not double that. Sounds twice the better. What do we have here? Vocals growl layer. Yeah, just to get another layer to the part where the songs, when just before the last chorus starts. Yeah. I'm gonna make this my ringtone. Something is not right with that fellow. Yeah, let's listen to that with these two. That is brutal. That is brutal. All right, then we have more layers. Vocals growl chorus layer.
Ashes of my world weighs down on me like a burning sun.
Yeah. Somehow we felt necessary that the last chorus should be screamed also.
Hide it, deny it.
He creates more layers there. Then we have vocal growl layer number 2.
Burden of my past! Tears me from within!
That is not a man, that is a witch screaming there. Alright, cool. Then we have vocal growl low. Let's rise gain a bit here. Yeah.
Hide behind our common cause.
What a lovely, lovely voice. And these are my favorites together with the piano. This is the whoa thing. Let's listen to that. Whoa. Not very much by itself. And this is the final nail in the coffin. That, together with the piano, really like emphasizes that Western feeling and the like movie soundtrack vibes, for me at least. So yeah, that really lifts the chorus to another level in my opinion. Then we have gang vocals. And then we have some haze. Yeah, that is Ville, Casper and me shouting. And I didn't mention about the vocal signal chain. We record those also to the Apollo interface. And we use Shure SM7B microphone. And then we have the compression plugin, Teletronics LA2A, which comes together with the Apollo. Yeah, but that was the vocals. Let's listen to the final mix. Then we have main vocals, master.
Again, through your pretty lies, I reveal my pain. Be my guiding here, and I raise my hand.
Yeah.
The ashes of my world rains out on me like a burning sin.
Yeah, sounds really good. Then we have the screaming vocals. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good. Then we have whispers. Huge.
Reveal my pain.
Nice, nice. Then we have backing vocals in the chorus.
The ashes of my world rains down on me like a burning sea.
And then the oh.
The burning of...
Oh man, I love that so much. And then the gang vocals. Nice. Let's listen.
Tears of my world rains out on me like a burning sea. The burden of my past is upon me.
All right. that almost concludes it. This was the reference mix which we sent to Jacob. Yes, and then let's listen to the final mix. Sounds a bit better. But yeah, that concludes it. If you have any questions about the production or anything else, please don't hesitate to ask them in the comments or send us a direct message in Instagram or Facebook or anywhere you like. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more videos soon. And yeah, thank you for watching and see you next time. Take care.